Good morning, everyone. It's Anifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, my contemplative time this morning has been all about time and how we spend it and how we might be able to maximize our own energies to create our best days. And so I came across a few quotations that I thought really followed my contemplation very well. And I hope that it allows you to see your day differently and maybe your week in life too. So I thought I'd start with the first one by Peter Drucker. And this quotation says, "Efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right things." Efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right things. And this is interesting, right? So when I see, here we are in Ontario at least, starting a new work week, and efficiency is doing things right. And a lot of people will have their regular concerns in their mind. So most of us will start the day with thinking, I got to finish this, right? So we got our to-do list. So if we're going into our workplace, that might be part of the to-do list. This is the timing I have to get there. And this is how much time I need to get to my workplace, or this is how much time I need to cook my meal. This is how much time I need for calling who I need to call, anything like that. And different people have different concerns, right? But oftentimes we can see that the mind will zero in on the biggest concerns. So some people, it might be about, I've got to get to work, so I got to get my paycheck, or I've got to make enough time to get to work because on Monday mornings it's pretty busy driving, so I'll leave a little bit earlier. So all of that sort of thinking. If it's about health, it's like, oh, this part of me doesn't feel so good and I got to be more careful with how I walk on it, that sort of idea, right? So we're always drawn to the things that are most on our minds, right? And it's interesting. So I came across this other quotation which said, it's a proverb really, or it's a comment that I think many of us have heard. And this might match your style. So this says, better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. And this combined my contemplation because I realized that so many of the people that I work with are so particular about starting their appointments on time. And I love that because I'm that sort of energy too. And certainly if they're late or they miss an appointment, I can feel a lot of guilt. And there's a responsible energy that I find very endearing because, again, it matches my own. But I can totally understand when things are not quite right for someone and they are not able to see me at a time that would work for them. So I know that if they miss getting into work, it's the same feeling for them. If they miss getting a task done at home, it's the same feeling. But then I think about, what are we getting concerned about in our days? Because yes, we finish work for ourselves and others, but what is the space that work is coming through? So when we think of our minds and how we think about the task ahead, do we think, oh, I got to finish this, and I don't know if I'll get to work on time, and this was so not good yesterday, and I got to do it again today, and I don't want to do that. So that sort of thinking about the past reflecting in my present day's experience is what a lot of people do. And most people catch themselves that, oh, I shouldn't think that way. Not most people. I'll say most people that I work with, because I guess they've had some training now. But we'll say, oh, yeah, I got to stop thinking like that. Yet, it's very common to go into that space of, okay, tomorrow I will not do that, right? So tomorrow, how about in this moment? And this is where I find that a minute too late comes in, because this 3 hours ahead of time to get to an appointment, for example, is some people, and they will do this for others and even for themselves because they don't like the non-comfortable spot of being late for something. What about being late in terms of shaping how we think about things? Because there will be people that I will say that, yeah, maybe that's a different way to think about this, so next time do this. But there are people that I've spoken to for many years with that thought process, and they get it at the time that I'm speaking. But if it is not practiced and experienced on a day-to-day level, this thought pattern does not change. And when this thought pattern does not change, our life experience does not change. So if I thought things were not so easy yesterday, today I think things are not so easy. Tomorrow I'm going to think that things are not so easy. This is the pattern that I'm training in my mind. And if we choose to change it, and we catch ourselves doing something that is part of a past pattern, change it right now, in this moment, as soon as you realize that that's not a useful way for me to be thinking about this. Yeah, I know that work was not easy yesterday, or I was a little bit late yesterday, but today I intend to be on time. Today I'm a little bit earlier than I was yesterday. Tomorrow I'll be even earlier. So that sort of idea of training of, yeah, you know what? I got this. Or my health is not so good today, but you know what? I'm going to give it a little bit more rest today because I know that when I take care of my body, it feels a little bit better. Maybe I need a little extra sleep. Maybe I need to think a little less. Maybe I need to think about things that are right in my life more than things that are not right. All of those things are training the mind in a different thought pattern, and I encourage it for everyone, of course. Finally, I thought I'd just finish with this Chinese proverb, which I absolutely love. It says, an inch of time is an inch of gold, but you can't buy that inch of time with an inch of gold. Get it? Right? So when we think about, yeah, an inch of time it's worth so much, right? But by putting it aside, we can't buy that time back. So if I think I'm going to change my thinking tomorrow, we can't buy that time back. So every time I start anew, I'm starting anew in this moment. And it's not about guilt, about not doing it sooner. Start today, start thinking about how you're thinking. Know that I'm here to help you if you need me. And I hope that you know that if you transform your mind, you can transform your life. I wish you a fabulous day ahead, everyone. Take care, and I'll talk soon.